Okay, so my name is Shami Mama Shoe Harris. I'm the CEO and founder of Avalon Village, and my connection and collaboration, I guess, with the Go Back Project is that the founder of the Go Back Project, Nikita, I call you Key. She is my high school buddy, actually, and she wanted to, I guess, expand her services and grow in what she was doing, and she said that she wanted to, we had some property available that we were wanting to make into something, and she asked, hey, what can I do and what can I add to the village? And that it would be something that would be permanently there to serve the children and to serve youth. And since we were building a village for the people in the community, specifically the children, with the homework house and a lot of things that we're doing here on this block, I just thought that it would be fitting for that to be here, and for that to be basically a way that you could actually elevate your services and that you can grow and take your project to a whole nother level. There's space there for you to do it. And I was like, this is cool. So, and so it would also extend the services in the village as well. So I was thinking that's very important.
Okay, so we're gonna do that one all over again. And again, just talk to each other, but don't look at the camera.
So maybe you, I don't know how you would, okay.
And Nikita, you have a tendency to look away while she's talking, like to look around the room, so try to make sure that you remember.
Yeah.
To look at her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So here's the thing. I want people to know about you and what you do, because I view you as a role model for what the Go Back Project can be and what it is and what inspires it.
Okay.
So tell people a little bit about you. Like, I know you. Tell other people about you.
Okay, so my name is Shameen Harris, and I'm called Mama Shoe here. We're building a village here in Highland Park, Michigan, between Woodward and 2nd Avenue. And basically what we're doing over here, we're building a community of, it's an eco-village, basically, with a green infrastructure, and we're revitalizing spaces where there were abandoned homes and blighted land. On this one, to me, it was a forgotten block. And the idea is to put a lot of the things that are lacking in the city of Highland Park, a lot of the services, and just a lot of the beauty that is missing here, and just to put it back on one block and just to basically do our part as citizens in Highland Park to help uplift the city of Highland Park. And so we just started off with this one block, like, okay, we're gonna fix up this block and we're gonna put a homework house, we're gonna put a cafe, we're gonna put, we have a village hall over there, basketball, tennis courts, and all of those things that we wanted on this block to service the people. So, basically when you said that you had your the Go Back Project, which started like 5 years ago, I'm like, wow, that was so cool. And I'm one of the ones that was into it because I love servicing people and children specifically. And I did like 27 years with the school system in Detroit. So that's just what I do basically. So to partner with the Go Back Project and with your idea to help expand and to help grow and to help evolve what it is that you started off 5 years ago into a brick and mortar space for you to actually operate and activate your programs is just so cool. And it's cool because I know in you as a leader, and you're saying what you want to do, and I've been seeing what you were doing. I'm like, this is just a perfect fit. And for you to want to come and operate it in a space that is already for service for the people and for the community to help us to be more healthy and whole, I thought that it was just an excellent idea for a collaboration. And we had the space, and so and especially where it can be a permanent part of the community. This is like where we can go, and so I just see it just really the service of it all just expanding like just wonderfully actually.
So even though we've known each other for a while, even though we've traveled similar paths, because you mentioned the school piece, and we both worked for the Board of Education in our young days when we thought we were making a lot of money,
Right.
and we didn't know any better. But But we've always had, you're right, we've always had children.
And I took over your job at Osborne.
You
Remember
did,
that?
right?
That was so interesting. That was my first. Okay.
Yeah. So we've always we've always walked a similar path, and we've always, in some kind of way, remained connected. And so I think that it's important for people to know that this isn't an example of, someone coming along and trying to get on your bandwagon, because you have a lot of people looking to do that. So I guess, what made you say yes to this particular collaboration? Because I kind of have in my mind how that whole conversation went, but I want to know from you, what made you say, yeah, you're going to get this house and this is what it's going to be? Like, what made you agree?
Well, one of the things that made me agree was that I knew that that would be a good thing for the children, what you were doing. First of all and foremost, I knew that it would be a wonderful addition of services, and basically a wonderful part of your work would be shared. The second thing is, too, and it's a main thing too, is that I just knew who you were as it relates to getting stuff done and really wanting to do stuff. And I only like to operate with people who are serious in what they're doing, and they do what they say they're gonna do. This is a big project. This is a meaningful project, and I don't have a lot of time or whatever to play around with it, and it's just serious. And so I'm like, okay. And then you just have friends that do stuff and everything, but I was like, Key, doing this with Key, this is like really cool. I know that we're gonna get this done. That was my feeling. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this done. And even though it's been some stop and I still felt in my mind like, okay, we're gonna get this done once we just work the kinks out.
Right.
It's just life and things like that. So I never thought that we weren't gonna do it. It's just timing is everything. That's all it was, basically. So it was mixed with that, knowing that you were a woman and a friend that I know that got things done, and I trusted you, and I know that you felt that what we were doing over here was sacred. I felt the same thing as far as what you were building too. Like, okay, this is cool. We need this. Our hearts and minds are in the right place, and everything of what we're doing, it's fitting. Everybody, whatever can benefit the community. Key gets to do what she wants to do, and just you evolve it how she wants to. I get to, it's just so. It was just basically a win-win.
Right. And I like how you talk about the spirit of it all, because that's how I envision. That's how I remember the conversation, and like just flowing out of one of our normal conversations. But at the same time, it's like, oh, you saying I would love to be able to do this or add this piece to the village, and me saying, oh, that would be cool. Like you could do this, and you could reach out to this age group, and we just. So like we were just having a conversation, and then almost at the end of the conversation agreeing, or at least knowing, okay, we about to do this.
Yeah.
And for me, it was a little bit scary, or a little bit intimidating, I guess I should say.
I felt that from you too. And you're like, okay, we're gonna do this.
Right.
Like, yes, Key, we're gonna do it.
We're
Okay.
gonna do this. And it's like, okay, we want to level up.
Rock and roll.
But it's so necessary, because when we think about children, or that 17 to 24-year-old age group, and how there's so much out there that focuses on younger children, and maybe on teenagers, but not a whole lot that focuses on people making that transition. And so we're being able to collaborate to capture and provide something for people in that 17 to like 22, 24 space, to give them some life skills to be able to be productive, contributing citizens in the way they would want to. Like I just believe, and I know you believe, no one grows up wanting to be the least that they can be in life. And so we're getting to help them do that.
Yes, and also the services of the Go Back Project, a lot of that I've been doing for years, helping that particular age group. And so I'm like, okay, now we have someone that could really focus on those children who are in transition. It's I deal with the young brothers. Young brothers specifically is I deal a lot with young brothers as it relates to helping them get their license back and and just the basic practical type things when they need support and everything. And so I do that. Just being mama's shoe, like, okay, let me just, help and, out of my pocket or whatever. And so it's kind of cool that it will be a space set up for those children who, some of them are homeless, some of them haven't finished their high school diploma. And then also the entity that we're building here, the Homework House, is a space for K through 12, but we will also be having high school completion courses, GED, things like that, classes on the weekends. So basically, I saw what you were providing in the Go Back project, I say would be providing, would feed into, and we both things would feed into each other. So whatever, they will be able to come down here and have specific classes on specific days, knowing that they're older children, but the younger children will be out the way. So it's the daytime when the kids are in school. That means the Go Back project, children, students, if they're working on GED, come down here and use the computer, whatever, to learn how to grow. I saw the programs being able to be fused together. So that's basically what I think.
Right, because when you talk about building academically competent kids, like there is no age limit on that child inside of us, right? We're filling in the gaps and we're helping people to bring whatever is inside of them forward. And it doesn't necessarily mean formal education all the time, but we know that formal education in this society is very important. And so if we are talking about helping our young men be able to contribute more and to compete more, or our children just in general being able to compete more, and being able to know what we're even talking about when we say things like STEM and those types of conversations. Okay, yep, there's synergy behind making that happen, and we're going and we're building. You're building, I'm building. That's the part that kind of makes me bubbly.
I know, I'm excited about it.
I know, and I had to say bubbly because it's like that tiny bubbles thing, but that's an inside joke. The rest of y'all ignore that.
And another thing that's important for the Go Back project being in Avalon Village is that it also helps to reduce the blight.
Yeah.
The house was basically a house got from the Wayne County Land Bank, and it was just, you have to fix up the facade of it and everything, get it all together, and then work on the inside or whatever at your pace and everything. But I'm like, this was an opportunity to also bring beauty and order to a space as well. So I thought about that whole piece as well. Like, okay, this right here will take care of a space that is, ran down looking, and then also I know what it could be. Because a lot of people when they see blight, like, oh my God, just like they saw this whole block. And I was like, okay, I'm building a village, y'all, and I don't care. This was back in 2009. And I'm gonna build this whole block is gonna be beautiful, and you just wait and see. I'm just gonna take some time to do it. So it took, like I said, about 8-9 years to actually clean up the block. But it was also the idea to put beautiful spaces in the blighted areas and in the areas that it had abandoned homes. So this right here adds to the whole scheme of beauty and order and service that can be provided for the city as well, and to be in the village. So it's a good thing.
And one last thing I wanted to throw out, because when we think about Highland Park, and I don't think a lot of people know this about me. I know you know that I attended Highland Park Community College, which is a block over. And so for me to be able to contribute something, not just because you're doing it and I believe in you, but also to contribute to a community that really helped make a difference for me at some point. Like, that's the essence of the Go Back project. It's to go back and impact positively those communities that had an impact on you. And so for me to leave high school, not know what I was gonna do, not have a plan for college, and then I don't even remember how I chose Highland Park Community College as opposed to someplace else, but I did. And that was such a huge difference for me, just in terms of the education that I got there, and the independence that I developed. So absolutely, I would want to contribute something positively back to Highland Park. It's because that's the essence of the Go Back project.
And it doesn't, and it's sad that the high school, the college, nothing, it doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
The building is still there,
Right.
and but it doesn't exist anymore. But it is good. It's like an extension. You're an extension of, some of what you learned in Highland Park, being
Right.
in the whole community. I was born in Highland Park, so and I've done a lot of business in Highland Park, and so it's just fitting to, kind of start when, right where your roots are almost, or where your beginnings are, your early beginnings. Like you went to school, I was actually born in Detroit Osteopathic Hospital.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is going back. It is going back. I could have lived anywhere instead of a blighted old raggedy block and been, teased and taunted about me being crazy, doing it and everything. But, people don't think that I'm crazy right now, so that's kind of
Right,
cool.
how you like
It
me
all
now
worked
is
out. All worked out, Key.
Right.
Like, yeah, so it's been a cool journey. It's been a cool journey, and I think that this collaboration is going to be very fruitful, and I think that it's going to be very good for the community, and I just see nothing but wonderful things growing out of it.
All right,